So this is from the textbook. This shows different formats. Percentage of U.S. adults who say they've read a book in that format in the previous 12 months. Print books only, 39%. Print and digital, 29%. Non-book reader, 24%. 7% digital only. 1% don't know, refused. And I think it's important, in addition to preferences, to take a look at literacy in general now, in terms of looking at, where the world is now. What the world needs now is love, sweet love. But where the world is now is this is a ranking of literacy, people who can read and write, by country. United States is 7th, by the way. And here's a map showing different countries shaded according to literacy rate for people age 15 and over. And the gray, which is what the U.S. is, and parts of Western Europe and Australia, down at the lower right, is greater than 95%. The light pink is between 90 and 95%, down to the darkest of the dark color, which is less than 15% literacy. You can see that maybe one country in Africa is pretty low there in the middle. So literacy, book reading, book learning varies by country. So that's a snapshot of today, the different formats of books and who likes what format in the U.S., and then a broader look at the world in terms of literacy. Now, I don't know who the hell keeps texting me, but I wish they'd stop. Okay. All right, he's a good friend of mine. I will call him in a minute. The business, publishing. This is, as you can see, from Wikipedia. And this shows total sales of books. Biggest selling books in the world. The Hobbit, 140.6 million copies, first published in 1937. Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone, 120 million approximate sales. The Little Prince, I read that in French class in grade school, very charming book, 100 million. Dream of the Red Chamber is a Chinese novel, 100 million. And then there were none. Agatha Christie, 1939, 100 million. And then down below you'll see some other numbers of books sold. And these look like pretty much mostly fiction. But best-selling books tend to be fiction. Obviously something like the Bible is not in here. But there you go. There's a list of books that have sold a lot. All right, this is another little video. It's not very long. This is about the person who discovered the Harry Potter books. She went to something like 12 or 13 different publishers with her book. We're talking about the business of publishing now, and the fact that old-fashioned publishing, the one where a publishing house has to sign you up and then pay to print copies of your book, very expensive, and take a risk on you as an author. I mean, she got rejected. She was, I think, really down and out. She was on public assistance. She was a single mother, trying to raise a child, a daughter, I believe. And she wrote this book. And this is, and had a heck of a time getting it published. And look, these books are some of the top-selling books in history. This is a little video about, I think, the guy who signed her up and what he did, and gives you a bit of an understanding maybe of the business of book publishing.